Greetings and welcome to practice. Today, we're going to do a bit of a therapeutic practice. So, some unwinding for the low back, unwinding from sitting in chairs or moon cycles or whatever it is, those things that make pressures in the low back, running as well. So, this could also be good after running, after biking, bicycling, that is, practice. And yeah, so a block and a strap would be good things to have for this practice today. And first, just get yourself whatever supports that you need to be at ease in a seat. Come on into that seat. Get your wiggles out, any little movements that you need to find a moment or two of relative stillness. Support yourself as needed so the knees are at ease. And press down into the earth, into your legs, and lift up through your heart and head. And as you feel comfortable to, invite your eyes to close and follow the breath inward. And let's especially bring the breath awareness into the back body. Let that breath awareness lift the spine up and kind of float you back in space a bit. So you feel the base of the skull right over the base of the spine. Begin Ujjayi breath if you're comfortable with it. And bring your attention to that sound and movement of breath. Smooth and lengthen the breath out. Breathe your spine. You might bring your hands to any area of your body that's asking for attention, maybe your low back, or you could just rest your hands wherever the body's calling, or just at your heart. Full body breath, full body awareness. Greet yourself as you are right now. Let the breath embrace whatever energy, feelings, emotions, sensations are present. Maybe you are coming to the mat today because something is calling for your attention. Nonetheless, we want to greet ourselves in a neutral or compassionate and unconditionally loving way. It's important to be aware to not come to the mat with the idea that we're here to fix ourselves or to change ourselves, because whatever's arising is communication from your body mind about something that's ready to move or change. That sensation or emotion, whatever you're feeling, is communication. Hi, I am ready for your attention. I'm ready to be heard and seen. And in that hearing and seeing and being with, movement and change will happen. We just don't want to come to the mat like we're trying to fix or change ourselves. We're coming to embrace the fullness of what we are. And in doing that, we return to our natural state of being, which is steady, strong, at ease, joyful, peaceful, no matter how far away or covered up that may feel. It is our truth. And so, welcome to all of you, whatever's showing up, all the layers of being. And then slowly float the hands down, shake yourself out as needed, and make your way into child's pose. Please pad your knees, of course, as needed, underneath or behind them, and bring your toes together and your knees wide, and push your hips back. You might give a little wiggle wag of your tail there and breathe your lower back. Big inhale, stretch back. Of course, feel free to sing, sigh, om, whatever you gotta do. Let your vibrations move. And with your hands as wide as your shoulders, spread the fingers wide and claw the fingertips. Inhale and push back, and exhale, lift from the navel and roll on up to hands and knees. Pause in a strong tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Engage the core so the ribs and the hips are connected. And let's just shoulder roll it first. Take some wow circles through the shoulders. You might also through the mouth or horse lips or anything to make sure you're really letting the mouth be soft. And these can be at any pace that feels good for you, more slow and investigative, or more kind of wiggly and sweeping. And then as inspired, shoulders down the back, drop the belly, lift the tail and crown, inhale. Exhale, lift the navel, lift the palms, come onto the fingertips, drop tail and crown as much as you can and follow your breath. Inhale, open cow. Exhale, cat with the popped up hands. Really let the head go there. One more time and we'll pause in cat. In this cat, you can root the hands down, push the earth away. Inhale behind the heart and then squeeze right ear, hip, shoulder together. Open into cow. Squeeze left ear, hip, shoulder together and around into cat. In big, big circles, welcoming fluid spine. At the bottom next time, swing your tail and then take your circles in the other direction. And pull back from the navel once you're done and push your hips back. Reach out through the palms, stretch out.
And then let's roll thumbs to the sky and keep rolling thumbs open as much as you can. Any little wiggles there. Try to externally rotate in the shoulders, thumbs towards the earth. Pinkies might even spin up and breathe here. Inhale and lengthen out there as you exhale. Slide on forward to your belly and forearms, Sphinx pose. Now, if there's really a lot going on in the low back or just to strengthen the core more, squeeze onto a block standing on end between the upper and inner thighs, or just make like you are, hug onto that block and push that block into the earth. Pull with your forearms and get the shoulders on the back as much as you can. Really here, don't think about how high you come up. Don't even maybe think about what a back bend it is, but a lengthening of the spine. Reach the heart forward as far as you can and the shoulders back. And deep, full breaths. Stay longer if you like. Pulse in and out of it. Or turn your toes under, lift the knees, or you could use the knees down if you need. When you're ready, exhale and lift from the navel. Tilt the pelvis, reach the tailbone out through the heels, navel towards the face, and soften the heart and breathe. Ears in line with the shoulders, don't let the head get heavy. Keep reaching the heart forward, long back of the neck. One more breath cycle here. The end of your exhale, lower down. Release the toes back to your snake's tail now. Point the toes back. Pull the chest forward. Bring the hands under the shoulders. And take a moment to just roll the head, the neck, the jaw, the shoulders around. As inspired, pull both elbows and shoulders down the back as much as you can. Hands are strong and clawing the earth. Squeeze the legs together. Push into pubic bone, sacrum. Drag the heart forward and open up. Again, drag the heart forward and pull the elbows and shoulders down and back and lower back down. Really feel that sensation of what it feels like to have shoulders down away from the ears and on the back body. Push strong into pubic bone and sacrum and let that rooting lift you up. Lots of core strength here, lots of length in the lower back. So we're just kind of washing it out here with a little squeeze and lengthening, a little squeeze and lengthening. And then you could use your knees or not. Maybe turn toes under, lift the knees, hands under shoulders, lift elbows and shoulders, ears in line with shoulders. Inhale and exhale, lift from the navel into plank pose. Tilt the tailbone out through the heels again, melt the heart down, hands under shoulders, ears in line with shoulders, long, smooth breaths. Just one more breath cycle. And pull your right knee in under your hip. Pivot the left foot down so the outside of the back foot parallels the back of the mat. Bring your right hand forward a bit so it's a little forward of the shoulder. Push into the outside of that left foot and reach through your fingertips. Roll bottom ribs, face chest to the sky. And lengthen that side body as long as you can. Deep, deep breaths here. Back arch is lifted and active. Feel free to stay there or arm vinyasa. Reach that top arm away, heavy bottom ear, big circles.
You could follow any of these circles to reach up and pull that top foot up into the core. Shoulders on the back and hold steady here. As much as you can, you're light on the bottom fingers. Again, even come up onto the fingertips. Stay there or bend that top knee. Reach back for ankle or foot. Bottom foot could turn out behind you a lot to help stabilize you. You could just stay in the core work and the balance here, or use the hold of that top foot to kick back, squeeze the shoulders. And same action here, try to lengthen the lower back and not collapse it. One more breath here. And then slowly unwind, quarter moon, side body stretch. You could take a pause in child's pose or just walk on through to switch to your other side. When you're ready, we'll find the way to second side. Anchor outside of that right foot. Hug the earth, lift your arch. From that rooting of that foot, reach forward. Make sure the bottom hand is forward of the shoulder a bit so you can really scoop that shoulder down and lift the heart. And then get that right side or top side body as long as you can. Active foot, active fingers, deep full breath. Breathful here, or inhale, open, reach away, let that bottom ear drop down, soft neck, jaw connection, and sweep through, let your breath lead. Again, you could stay with these circles, or next time you sweep through, pull everything into the core, float that back leg up, squeeze shoulders on the back, hug in, shine out. Stay here in the balance or bend that top knee. Hold the ankle or foot and kick back. Squeeze shoulders. Slide the ears back over the shoulders. Little dip in the chin so the back of the neck is long. And big full breaths here. Another breath or two as you're able. As ready or needed, slowly unwind as possible in half moon. Side body stretch. And then back to child's pose or down dog if you prefer. I'm not doing down dog today myself, but press on back, pull back from the core. Breathe your low back, stretch it out. So I know if you have low back stuff going on, that may have made it feel a little more tender even. It's possible. And that's okay because we're inviting fluidity, circulation, and attention there. So it's going to feel like that. Everything else we're about to do is about unwinding that. So inhale and stretch back. Exhale, lift from the navel. And roll on up. Take your time. You're going to take a block and a strap with you as you come to lay on your back. And at first, just have them within reaching distance. We won't use it immediately, but so very soon. And come to lie down. You might bridge up at first if you like. And again, for more core strength, low back relief, have that block so that the short, narrow end is between the upper inner thighs, facing you, like so. And then squeeze onto that block and spin your inseams down to the earth. Really go for that inner spiral. Lengthen out the lower back. And let's interlace the hands behind you if you're able, or any hold, maybe to your mat that works your shoulders on the back. Press into center back of the head. Press into shoulders, elbows, hands if you can. Notice the knees might want to widen, block might want to spin to the sky. And so we really want to spin the inseams, spin the block down to the earth. See if you can feel the space that that makes in the lower back, and then lengthen it out. tailbone out through the knees, navel towards the face, and hold there. Or you could release the hands and ripple in and out of this. If it is a heavier moon flow day, we really don't want the womb to be up higher than the rest of the body for very long, if at all. Another couple breaths in bridge or in and out of it. Just looking to get the legs and the spine again very warm here. Ready, fluid movement. Here we go. All right. So your block can move away for now and take your strap or whatever long thing you got. Ideally, it's at least 6 feet, 8 or 10, maybe even better. And find that center fold of your strap. So it's not buckled, just center fold it in half, and take that center part of the fold, cradle it beneath the ball of your foot. And then wrap the strap around your hands just loosely. And if you need to here, if there's any discomfort in the low back or anything else, that left knee could stand if your right leg is up, or if you can, press out through that left heel. And then with the strap on the foot, we're going to just at first kind of towel the foot. So we're going to pull it side to side and work it up the foot towards the toes and side to side and down to the heel. So you're getting a little free exfoliation, a pedicure moment, and warming up the nerves in the foot. And depending how much you need that or how much you've been on your feet today, this could be helpful to just get the leg ready for the work we're about to do. So, of course, pause as needed and do that longer. Or, again, cradle just beneath the ball of the foot. Work your shoulders onto the back. So hold the strap as far down as you need to so the shoulders are resting. And then pull down on the strap and bend the knee. So as much as you can, that is in a way so that if you straighten the leg, it's straight above the hip or even further forward. Pull down on the strap, bend the knee, pull the knee up and over towards the shoulder just a bit, and then lift your quadriceps towards your hip and push your quadriceps into your thigh. So we're looking to get some shaking going there, looking to get the muscle to the bone there. Bend the knee, pull down, relieving the effort for a moment, and then lift the quadriceps towards the hip. Push them strong, strong, strong into the thigh. So ideally, again, you're getting some shaking going in that leg. That's good. It's good shaking. Pull them down. Spread those toes. Pull the quads up and push the quads into your femur, into your thigh bone. And you might do like 10 or 15 of these. So I'm just going to do about 5 here for a shorter little session today. But this can really help if you have hamstring tightness, then you might play with this longer. So the rest of this practice is less suffering for you. Also, really getting the quad warm up and activated in this way can help the iliopsoas or the hip flexor to open, to relax, and that can also relieve low back stuff, as can finding length in the hamstrings. So this whole sequence got so much gold in it. Once you feel complete with that, so if you want more, pause, go for it, pause the video. Otherwise, take the strap into both sides of the strap. If your right leg is up, into your right hand. Bring the straps both sides around the outside of that right knee and then behind the right knee. So that doubled up strap is really supporting behind the knee there. And then give a little pull from inside the knee and feel how that's going to help externally rotate the femur. So toes point out to the right, the whole thigh bone turns out to the right. And I'm going to scoot. I recognize I'm a little close up in the camera today, so part of me might get off screen, but we're going to Open that leg out to the side. Bring your left hand to your left hip and thigh and anchor it down. And open the right leg straight up and out to the side as much as you can. Moving towards hip height or higher if you're more flexible. And press actively through both heels. So we want to really anchor the left leg. It's part of this practice right here. And press through both heels. And breathe here. Soft jaw and tongue. Sending the breath again to wherever sensation or communication from the body is arising. So this is the inner edge of where your iliopsoas connects, the upper inner thigh here. Probably getting some of that, plus the adductors, which are tight on lots of us. Stay with that as you like, or use your arm strength to pick that leg up so that the muscles you just opened stay relaxed. Ideally, we'll stay in each shape for a couple minutes, so that 2-minute mark is about when the physiology can fully shift there. So it'll be about 10 or 12 breaths. Once you've pulled the leg up, unwind your strap and hold with your left hand. Bring your right thumb, if the right leg's on top, to your hip crease and push the head of that right femur down away from the ribs, hip away from the ribs, lengthening the waist. And then feel into your sacrum with your legs straight up here. We want as much weight to come into the back body there as you can. It's also going to help relieve low back and nervous system. Try to keep your sacrum, or that whole triangular bone at the base of the spine, really rooted into the earth. And then slow and steady, bring that right leg across body towards the left without letting sacrum pop up. So we're just going part way at first. Sacrum stays rooted, hip stays shifting down, and that leg comes across only so far as you can go that the sacrum doesn't lift up at all. Spread the toes. Draw that pinky toe side of the leg back. You'll probably feel some action there in the calf and the knee area, maybe in the outer leg, IT band, tensor fasciae lata, all these things. So as evenly as you can, the whole ankle and foot's drawing back. Pinky toe will often need a special invitation here. Breathe into that. Stay as long as feels good for you. If it starts feeling fatigued or like it's too much, you can always bend and straighten, come in and out of it a little bit. Or just listen to when the timing's right for you to take that leg all the way across body. So the sacrum is going to pop up. We're even going to roll onto the side so the SI joint, the whole sacrum is perpendicular to the earth. And you could hold your strap, or you can hold your foot here, or you can hold the knee if the hamstrings are tight. And take that top hand, shift the top hip down away from the ribs, and then stretch that top arm up and lengthen side body again. As you're ready, flow the arm open and roll onto that right ear, the ear looking away from the top foot. And breathe your twist here. Long, slow exhales, bringing out. Keep shifting hip down. Rolling onto the ear as much as you can. Both shoulders shift down. And stay in that twist as long as you like. When you're ready to come back, you're going to bend both knees and cross that top ankle over the bottom thigh. At first, just stand the left foot as you come back square on your hips and sacrum there. And then bring the palms, strong part of your palms right here, right up into the groin crease, into the heads of the femurs, and press the heads of the femurs away. And soft jaw and tongue. Breathe here. Please stay with that as long as you need, as long as that feels good. Notice that might make the low back pop up a lot. And so we're actually trying to stretch that muscle there. So we don't want to let it pop up too much at first. We're going to kind of pull the ribs, the low ribs down a bit, pull the navel down a bit as you press away. Get the stretch. And you could pause between the efforting and just relaxing, letting things be at ease. At any point, as inspired, pick the bottom thigh up, picking the whole setup of the legs up, and thread one hand through center, one around the outside, and pull the bottom thigh back towards center as you use the top elbow to ease that top thigh away. Actively flex those top toes back, and just play with that opposite action of pull in, press away. Again, make sure your mouth is soft here as you ask your hips to open and relax. And soft jaw, soft tongue, rock and roll around there as you like, or just play with isometrics. Again, pulling in as you press away. Try to get sacrum down. Maybe the lumbar curve lights up a bit. Stay with that. If the back of your neck is, if your head's dropped back and the back of the neck is closed here, then just put a little lift under your head. The smallest one you need to feel just the natural cervical curve. We don't really want to be lifting our head forward of the shoulders. We do that so much already in this life. So try to keep ears and shoulders in alignment whenever you can. You could stay with the pull press or the rock and roll of the legs, or keep that ankle and knee as squared as you can. Interlace the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Inhale on the floor there as you exhale, pull bottom thigh back, navel back, and float the sacrum and the shoulders off the earth without pulling the head at all. Inhale, everything can come back down to earth. Everything, exhale, bottom thigh back, sacrum and shoulders up by the way of pulling navel back and ribs to hips. And just follow your breath to either move in a way that's good for you or to pulse maybe another 6 or 7 breaths in your core variation of this shape. Please stay with that longer if that's what's right for you. Unwind there, hug your knees in. Give a little rock into your back body. You might extend that right leg out on the floor and just hug the left leg in for a moment, especially if you do on the other side. When you're ready, you can find your strap, find that middle point on your strap as it's folded just in half, and then cradle. Well, first the cradle doesn't matter so much if you're going to do the toweling or the nerve ending awakening here. So you might strap your hands up, right leg could stand or stretch out long, and flex the toes back. So there's some activity in the foot. We'll let the ankle wiggle a bit, but we're gonna be looking more to get movement, just to strap against the foot. So I'm gonna hold that buckle so it stops clinging, and just towel action, pulling side to side, up the foot, down the foot. And today my feet are cold, so this feels extra good as suddenly they're getting warmer. And stay with that as long as you like. Or flex the toes back again as evenly as you can. Cradle right under the ball of the foot there. and pull the leg as high as you can without forcing it all. Like we're looking for straight up and down. And if you can't get there, it's okay. Maybe further forward. And then pull down, bend the knee, working the knee up and over towards your shoulder a bit. Keep those toes spread. And then pull your quadriceps up and press your quads into your thigh. And inhale, you can relax, pull the knee down, keep pushing through that right foot, and then pull your quadriceps up, 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 and push them into the thigh bone. And just follow your breath, pull down, breathe, lift quads, and press through strong, strong, strong. And just pulse that. Again, looking for some shaking in the leg. And watch out for the kind of intelligence of the leg taking over, like, oh, you're trying to straighten your leg. I know how to straighten my leg. Because we're not actually just trying to straighten the leg. We're really trying to activate the quadriceps, pulling them up, up, up. So it might be a much slower movement. Maybe give it a little more resistance and push those quads into the thigh bone. So we're pulling them up towards the hip and pressing in to the thigh, getting that leg shaking, stronger, awakened. And please continue with that as you like, or you just pause, legs straight up for a moment. Let the weight of that leg land into the back body. When you're ready, switch both sides of the strap to your left hand. Take the strap around behind the knee, really supporting behind the knee, and then pull on the strap with your right hand. So the toes turn out to the left, femur, thigh bone, externally rotates, turning out to the side as well. And then anchor that right hip or thigh, press it down as you open the left leg out to the side as far as you can. Actively press through both heels. Reach out and up and over. Deep breaths. Again, long back of the neck. Don't let any drop or closing in the back of the neck happen. That'll just set the nervous system off, or we're trying to tell it, it's okay to open here and breathe here. Please stay with that as long as you like. And when you're ready to come out, use your arm strength to pull up, unwind the leg, unwind the strap from the leg, and then take the strap into the right hand or opposite hand, and bring your left thumb to your hip crease. Push the head of that femur down away from the ribs with the hip there. Push into your sacrum and pubic bone. Really root it down. Take a moment, let the weight of the leg land into the back. Let that full sacrum imprint. Shift hip down. Really feel a long left or top side waist. And then very slowly keep that sacrum imprinting as you bring that left leg across the body to whatever edge is breathful and the sacrum is still fully imprinted. So if you went too far and it popped up, just come back a bit, push it down, spread those top toes out, pull the pinky toe side back. Hello, pinky, come on. See, it often needs to be talked to directly. And keep the hip shifting down as you draw the leg across and press in the femur with very excited toes. And deep full breaths. Continue with that. Or again, you can roll over onto the side as you take that leg all the way over, holding the strap, or if it's too much on the leg, you can bend the knee, hold the knee. You can hold the foot if that's accessible. And then as you roll to your side, take pause on the side with the sacrum perpendicular, the whole SI connection perpendicular to the earth, and shift that top hip down, long side body, stretch that top arm up, and then slowly float that top arm open to the side, palm up, shoulder blade scoops down the back, and root from the more active or the more rooted shoulder. Cross body, a little action there, cross chest into encouraging that other shoulder down. It does not have to come down. It's just about that action. Okay. And then long exhales here, ringing out, gazes towards that open arm. Please stay in that twist as long as you like, with long, long exhales. When you're ready to come back, slowly bend both knees and begin to roll onto your back body, crossing that left or top ankle over the bottom thigh. Again, neutralize your sacrum on the earth here. Flex that top ankle. Bring the strong part of your palms to the head of your femurs, right up in that groin crease, and push them away. Lengthen out there. And soft mouth, breathe there. Stay with that as you like until you feel grounded. Breathful, released. And whenever you're ready, you can pick the setup of the legs up, thread through center, around that bottom thigh, and pull bottom thigh in as you ease top thigh away. Actively draw those top toes back, ankles straight and strong. And deep full breaths here. Play with those opposite actions to try to get low back relief there. Bottom thigh pull in, top thigh press away, top ankle straight and strong. Keep those opposite actions and then press sacrum down and see if maybe you just get a little breezeway or the thought of one beneath your low back. Stay with any of that. Or again, add core as inspired, hands interlaced behind the head, elbows wide, shoulders on the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, the bottom thigh pulls back, navel pulls back, sacrum comes up, shoulders come up as the low ribs pull to the hips. And let your breath lead. Inhale, open, and exhale, pull in, curl. And let the breath lead. Strong, strong exhales. It's just a little lift, no pull of the head. Maybe another 4 or so. And please take your time. Continue with that as you like. Once you're done, we'll just unwind. Hug into the knees. Maybe draw some circles with your knees so your Massaging into the hip sockets or circles around your sacrums. You're massaging into your spine. Stay with any of that or happy baby. Hands over the tops of feet or ankles as you're able, and then use your elbows to press the thighs wide. Pull the knees down to the earth, and at the same time, push the heels back to the sky. Knees down, heels pressed. Pull the sacrum down to the earth and try to get your lumbar curve to lift up a bit. You can just play with those opposite actions there, or feel free to rock your baby as you like. Play with leg extensions as you like. If you're not a new moon, you could add a little more core if that feels good for you. If you wanted to, you could come back to a bridge or even a supported bridge for final resting. Or you could go feet together, knees wide for final resting with fists or blocks under the knees. What I need a little more right now that may be also good for you, I think we also did this recently, is to have two blocks, which I didn't cue. So whatever's right for you, depending on what you need. So what you need usually means not what's the easiest or yummiest, because it's usually where you need more opening. If that's adductors or whatever, the inner legs, then feet together, knees wide. If that is lift of the heart, that's me. Then this one, and remember you can have the block at any height. So there's 3 settings on the block. Essentially, I'm having them at the highest one because I'm pretty back bendy. You have them where it's right for you. If you need more low back relief, put your legs up on a chair, the calves on a chair, or a bolster under the knees. Otherwise, if you're setting up for what I am, one support behind the heart and a little bit of a higher support behind the head. And that last passive opening that you need, where do you want that opening today? Or the grounding energy. And support yourself in a good way. And as you come to rest, you may inhale and squeeze into any areas of tension, hold them, exaggerate them. Add an extra sip of inhale and then exhale. Sigh it all out. Let go. Soften. Relax. Give your body to the earth. Open your heart and your mind to the sky. Long back of the neck, long spine, supported body, breathful heart, heavy hips and arms and legs, soft eyes, soft jaw, soft tongue. Make sure that your tongue is moist. So if it feels dry at all, drink if that's easy right now, or just give yourself a tongue bath, as we want the nervous system to relax here with us in our final resting. If the tongue is dry, that won't happen so much. And as you're able to let go, let the breath flow. Let any concerns or fears or worries just flow by and rest in spacious awareness. And just notice the flow of breath. Notice the flow of thoughts, perceptions. And let whatever you can just flow into that flow of breath and flow away what you don't need. And as we record today, it's just becoming 2 o'clock. So, what you do want to take with you from your practice or from this pause into your day, begin to deepen your breath to embrace that and draw it into your heart. And then imagine it expanding or shining out through your body. And let that breathful expansion and shine just move out through you into your fingers and toes until you're inspired to gentle movement, till you're inspired to stretch and blink and awaken back into your day. And take your time. Move with breath. Honor yourself in your transitions. Keep as much of the sweetness of your practice with you as you can. And enjoy whatever is next.